Hello, my name is Bob Shantz. I'm an honorary assistant priest at St. John's, West Toronto, and I'm here to lead you in a guided meditation on this Wednesday of Holy Week. I wish we were doing this in person, but we walk by faith that Christ is with us where two or three are gathered, however they are gathered. We trust this. Christ is with us in this time of anxiety and fear and social isolation. Meditation is one way of living through these moments, because meditation opens up our world, makes us realize that we live in a larger world than our anxiety and fear allow us to see. That's my prayer for us in these sessions of meditation and this Wednesday in Holy Week. So I'm going to lead you in a guided meditation of what I call a body scan meditation. But first there will be a reading and a reflection on the reading, and then the body scan, and then we will conclude with the prayer prayed by St. Ignatius in the 16th century, the prayer of Examen, where we will look at our walk with God. So in this guided meditation, I would ask you to close your eyes, sit in a comfortable chair with comfortable clothing, and be still. We often hear that silence is so important for meditation, and that's true, but so is stillness. I find that if I fidget, the dreamlike quality of meditation will dissolve. So being still is very important. It certainly is for me. I'm reminded of what the psalmist says in the Bible, "Be still and know that I am God." I will guide us in this meditation by asking you to focus on the top of your scalp and let the warmth of God flow down over your head and into your shoulders all the way down to your toes. It's a very relaxing time, very still time, very peaceful time, and I invite you to just go with the flow, as they say. But first, a reflection on our reading for today, and then the reading itself. So, our reading is from the Gospel of John. It introduces us to Judas Iscariot, the disciple who tragically betrays Jesus to the authorities. The betrayal facilitates Jesus' fatal confrontation with Pontius Pilate. It's a very dramatic story in the Bible. Jesus knew that if he was to be true to his message that life comes out of death, he knew that he could not back down from the confrontation with the political authorities. To do so would lead him away from his path of integrity. So this meditation, today, in this meditation, we face a difficult question and bring it before God. How have I betrayed the source of life? How have I fallen from the path of integrity? We will ask this by praying a prayer called the Examen, a 16th century prayer prayed by St. Ignatius. It guides us into examining our walk with God. It asks us when we follow the path of integrity, with courage and faith, those positive times, but also when, because of selfishness and fear, we fall from this path of integrity. Thus becoming aware of our times of consolation and desolation. So we offer up both these times up to the source of life, so that we may be both affirmed and forgiven by the power of the Spirit, that we may move into the new day with Easter confidence and hope. So I will now read the gospel passage, and then we will begin the body scan meditation. This is from the Gospel of John, chapter 13. They were finishing their meal, their Passover meal. Jesus was troubled in spirit and testified, "Very truly, I tell you, one of you is going to betray me." His disciples stared at one another, at a loss to know which of them he meant. One of them, the disciple whom Jesus loved, was reclining next to him. Simon Peter mentioned to this disciple and said, "Ask him which one he means." Leaning back against Jesus, he asked him, "Lord, who is it?" Jesus answered, "It is the one to whom I will give this piece of bread when I have dipped it in the dish." Then, dipping the piece of bread, he gave it to Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot. As soon as Jesus took the bread, Satan entered into him. So Jesus told Judas, "What you are about to do, do quickly." But no one at the meal understood why Jesus said this to him, since Judas had charge of the money. Some thought Jesus was telling him to buy what was needed for the festival, or to give something to the poor. As soon as Judas had taken the bread, he went out. And it was night. So, now it is time to enter into a time of meditation. Close your eyes. Sit comfortably on the chair. Be very still with your hands flat on your lap and your feet flat on the floor. And bring your attention now, with your eyes closed. Bring your attention to your breath. Breathing in the breath of God. Breathing out the anxiety and fear that we have, especially in these days. Breathing in the breath of life, breathing out our fear. Now bring your attention to the top of your head. In the warmth of God, let it reside there and begin to flow softly and gently down over your ears, over your forehead, into your eyebrows, your nose, your cheeks, your eyelids, into your lips, and into the large muscles of your jaw. Allow your jaw to relax. Allow your face to be soft and warm and relaxed. The warmth of God now spreads down the back of your head, into your neck and around your neck, into your shoulders. Your shoulders become soft. Allow them to relax. The warmth of God now spreads into your upper arms, your biceps and your triceps, those large muscles that work so hard. And they become soft. The peace of God moves into your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, into the palms of your hands and into your fingers. And your hands rest heavily on your lap. peace of God now moves down your back and into your buttocks. Large muscles of your back relax. The warmth and peace of God now moves into your chest, and your abdomen, and your navel. And into your genitals. And you allow yourself to sit heavily in the chair, supported by the chair. Remembering to be still. Be still and know. The warmth and the peace of God now moves into your thighs and hamstring, those large muscles that move us through the day. Allow them to be quiet and still and resting. The peace of God moves into your knees and the backs of your knees, into your shins and your calf muscles, the warmth of God moves into your ankles, to your feet, to the balls of your feet, to your instep, to your heel, and into your toes. Allow your feet to rest heavily on the floor. Now allow your whole body to be held by the chair, by the floor, by the earth, in the loving arms of God. And rest there. This is a time of stillness and quiet for you. All the thoughts that come into our minds, constantly it seems, let them come and let them go. Do not struggle with them. Simply accept them and let them move on. When you do this meditation on your own, and I hope you do, this is a time to let the stillness extend for 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, maybe even a half an hour. If this meditation suits you and your personality and your style of living, you will find, I'm very certain, certainly true for me, you will find that you are called to these moments of quiet and stillness. And you will want to sit for longer periods of time. But find the meditation that is right for you. The only requirement is that you do this. You can't just think about it, you have to do it. And that takes discipline. But be gentle with yourself. Come into this gradually as you feel called to do so. Now it is time for us to enter into that prayer of examine. Please keep your eyes closed, and I will lead us through that prayer. St. Ignatius' prayer, the Examined, begins as the great mystics say every prayer should begin, by becoming aware of for what we are grateful at this moment in our lives. And I would ask you to be honest with yourself. What at this moment are you grateful for? And just register that. Just become aware of that. And then, in the past 24 hours, what experience of consolation did I have? What were those moments in the last day of my life when I was at peace with my actions and I had felt I had followed the path of integrity, when I had acted with compassion or responded lovingly to a person? And identify a couple of those moments. Then, in the past 24 hours, what experiences of desolation did I have? Those moments when I felt out of step and had transgressed through my actions, when I had betrayed, when I had fallen from my path of integrity, and betrayed what I know to be true about life. Recall one or two of those moments in the past day of your life. And the next and last question then is, what have I to confess as a result of my transgressions? What do I now resolve to change in my behavior? So we bring the transgressions before the source of life, that we may acknowledge them, that we may change and come back to the path of integrity. God is waiting there for us to return, always to return. So in this prayer, we are affirmed in our consolation and forgiven in our transgression. Such a powerful, as we modern people would say, such a powerful psychological prayer, but it's a powerful spiritual prayer as well, originally and continually into the future. We can move with spiritual confidence and great humility, knowing that we will fall from the path again, and that we will be called back again to walk it again, knowing that we can with the Spirit's help. May this guide us through the next few difficult days of Maundy Thursday, Good Friday, the Saturday of our sorrow, and into the joy and hope of Easter morning. You may open your eyes and end this time of reflection and meditation, knowing that the peace of God is there for you.